Hey everyone, all right, in today's vlog we're going to talk about the difference between self-care and self-love and also where they overlap. So self-care, this is my opinion, self-care comes from the lower chakras. So your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plex chakra. So the I am, which is the root, the I feel, which is the sacral, and the I do, which is your solar plex, the yellow chakra. And then self-care, in my opinion, comes from the heart, the throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown. So the heart is I love, I speak, I see, and I understand. All right, so self-care. Self-care can be taken two ways. A lot of self-care can be egotistical, but I don't think that's a bad thing. If like the root chakra is there to stimulate all the chakras, really. So when you get out there and you do something from your root chakra, like get your nails done, get your hair done, even though it's because your hair is going to grow out, your nails are going to grow out. So even though the results are short-lived, but it does give us a little bit of happiness, which opens up the heart. And you see so many more pictures of people on Instagram when they've just got their nail done or their hair done or their lashes done. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as it's done in balance. If it's excessive and the mind takes over, because that's not really grounded, then you're not doing it from a place of where you're grounded in your root chakra. You're doing it more from a place where the ego, the subconscious mind, is telling you, if you don't do this, then you're not going to look as pretty, which is full-on ego, right? It comes from fear. Whereas the self-care, when it comes from your lower chakras, it does give you that, it feels good. It feels good when you look down at your nails and they look good. Or I love to get henna when I get my henna and it looks good. So self-care is going out and just doing things for yourself, or even staying in, putting a mask on your face. If that makes you feel good, then you're stimulating your lower chakras, which are also activating your heart chakra. Or having like a really nice bath with candles and salts and crystals. That's a beautiful self-care routine. Self-love is more, like I said, from your upper chakras. So self-love is when you really stop and you think about what you like to do. What is it that brings you true joy and true happiness? So for me, part of my self-love and self-care overlap is when I go out spinning, cycling. That is cycling class, not outside. Because when I go out for a walk in Mother Nature, it's often self-love. And here's the difference. So when I go and exercise, the reason I kind of call it self-care is it's still coming from the lower chakras. Like the body needs movement, and obviously I know that, but it's still coming from the lower chakras. So that's why I consistently practice yoga. Yoga to me is my practice of self-love because it's coming from all the chakras. Not only I'm putting everything in alignment, not only am I going to stare at myself for 90 minutes in this hot yoga class, but my body is benefiting. I'm rolling my stomach, I'm doing breath work, I'm stretching every single muscle in my body. So do you see the difference between self-care and self-love? Also, in yoga, I am, for that 90 minutes, either saying a mantra, in meditation, visualizations. There's always something, and it's quiet. There's not a lot of noise. The instructor's usually speaking, but nobody is allowed to talk in class. So that to me is self-love. So it's really understanding what you love and doing more of what you love. I also feel that self-love is when you begin to create boundaries in your life. So you begin to do more of what you love, say yes to what you enjoy doing, and you say no to what you don't enjoy doing. And setting boundaries will be a different vlog, but what this does is it gives you more confidence over time. And the more you do what you love, like let's say you love to do pottery, okay? So you love to do pottery. Or let's say you love to shop, you love to do thrift shopping, okay? What's gonna happen over time is you're gonna become really good at it. And if it gives you genuine joy, you might not just become really good at thrifting, but you may even open up your own shop, like an online shop on Instagram. You might start selling the clothing that you no longer wear, that you thrifted, but it's in excellent condition. You may begin your own business and start selling these clothing. So that's the difference between self-love and self-care. So self-love really requires finding and giving respect to that deepest joy. And that's super hard to do because I had to accept that I'm allowed to love shopping. I'm allowed to love clothing. I'm allowed to love fashion and nails and makeup and hair, because I stopped doing that. I stopped doing that because I got shamed for it a lot of times, because it was a waste of money when I was younger and even when I was married. And all of this, like the things that are said to you as you live life, they are like seeds in your subconscious mind, and they stop you. And what happens is when you stop practicing that self-love, like I stopped buying myself stuff because I didn't think it was important anymore, because that's what I was told, and it was more important to do other things like run my home, which I was, take good care of my child, which I was, but because I was like have this thing in my mind that shopping and all that, buying makeup and all that stuff that I used to love to do was useless and stupid, I completely stopped. Then I lost myself, years of losing myself completely. Now what happened, as I'm gaining that self-love for myself and understanding, no, I get deep joy out of wearing something that makes me feel good. I'm still not there. But the fact that I can even say this out loud, it took a lot of work, because once you've been, I'm just going to use the word damaged by society, family, like your acquaintances, once you've taken in something that doesn't work with your self-love and joy and you start suppressing it, you feel the layers of guilt start piling on. And as the layers of guilt pile on, you basically have to reprogram your mind, and you have to reprogram yourself even to find your deepest joy, your deepest love in life, because you've been trained and programmed for so many years to discard fashion, discard makeup, discard hair, don't worry about your skin, and none of it matters. Then you have to release all those years and years and decades of layers in order to give respect to beauty again, give respect to makeup again. And that's just a small example. This could be anything. Maybe you love pottery and somebody said, no, it's a waste of time. Why would you spend so much time on pottery? But for you, it's relaxation. And who knows, maybe you could have started making pottery at home, and then your neighbors come to you and buy it. That's what happened to one of my neighbors. Anyway, it's just an example of self-love and self-care. Love you guys.